Erich Barnes came to Purdue from Elkhart, Indiana to play football for head coaches Stu Holcomb and Jack Mollenkoff from 1955 through 1957. He was one of the most versatile athletes ever to play for the Boilermakers and had the perfect combination of skills that made him the prototype quarterback at the next level. Erich enjoyed an outstanding NFL career with the Chicago Bears, New York Giants, and Cleveland Browns, helping the Giants to 3 consecutive conference championships. He was named to the Pro Bowl 6 times in his 14-year career. Erich in Yonkers, New York.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is Erich Barnes.
Well, that is a welcome. I saw you signing some football cards out there, didn't I, in the media room?
Signed a few, some old time for the cards. I don't know where they came from.
What's your accomplishment that sticks out the most in your mind from your Boilermaker career?
I don't know. We had such great times at Purdue. But the first thing before my career started was the incident that happened. I really wanted to play basketball. And my father had convinced me to play basketball because he didn't want me out there with those big old guys in the football field. So I called one day and I told him, I said, Dad, I'm going to try out for the football team. And we're going to have a scrimmage next week. He said, well, be careful, don't get hurt. I said, I won't get a scratch on me. Later on during the game, Lenny Dawson threw a sort of up pass to Lamar Lundy. We jumped in to break up the pass, and a defensive back by the name of Kenny Mikes. We collided, boom. I ended up with a broken leg. So I called my father that night. I said, he said, how'd it go? I said, I went pretty good. I said, I had a little bad luck. He said, what happened? I said, broke my leg. He said, what? Got my leg broken. I said, but I'll be all right, don't worry about it. So that was a good start for me.
Talk about how Purdue prepared you to be a successful professional player with a long career.
Well, I think that being at Purdue, it was a big school. At that time, in those days, Purdue Big Ten was more like a farm team for the National Football League. We played the same type of offense, same type of defense. And if you could more or less make it in the Big Ten, you had a good shot of getting a shot with the pros. At that time, Jack Mollenkoff, Stu Holcomb, they more or less ran a lot of the Chicago Bears plays. And so as it happened, I was drafted by the Bears, and so that helped me along quite a bit.
In your career, you had a 102-yard interception return for the New York Giants. It's still a record. Do you consider that your most memorable play, and can you take us through that play?
Well, that was one of the most memorable plays, but in Dallas, they're still upset about that play. They need to get over it. That was 50 years ago. I still get caught. I didn't want the ball anyway. That day I knew it was back in, since you mentioned it. It was back in October 1961. That was a few years ago, just in case you. It was 102 degrees outside. And nobody in the right mind would have run an interception back 102 yards, not me. And so they ended up, the game was tight, and he ended up throwing the ball, and I picked it off. As a matter of fact, if you saw in the video, I tripped over the flag going over it. I thought I stepped out of bounds. So I got to midfield. I figured somebody would give me a break and tackle. They let me run another 100 yards. As I passed the Dallas bench, they had a quarterback by the name of Don Merrick who tried to trip me. So I got lucky and got past him, so that's how that played. I'm still upset about it.
What does it mean to you to be inducted into the Purdue Hall of Fame?
Well, this is a great, well, first of all, it was a surprise. And everything seems to be to an honor to me. Is a sort of surprise because one day I expected to, but I am very, very humbled to be hooked up with a group. Most of the guys that was in, I knew and played with a lot of them, and sort of remembered almost every play with maybe several guys who I played with. And to be part of this ceremony is really a pleasure, and I'm extremely humbled.
Would you introduce us to your guest this evening? I got to meet your wife earlier. I know she's a lovely lady. We'd like to meet her.
Yeah, well, they give me a little competition to go with you, you know. They saw how many people in the family is here, so I have to challenge this a little bit. I'm sure you met my wife, my most wife, Violet, my beautiful wife, Violet, and my two greatest fans from my high school days were my track. They never missed a track meet from the day I ran with my sister from Chicago, Joanne. Her wonderful husband, Cliff, from Flint, Michigan. And of course, I have my three daughters here. My one daughter, Teresa. Who was an outstanding athlete at Purdue in her own race. She's a great champion. Professor, and my three granddaughters. All my relatives, my cousins, my nephews, my nieces, all my cousins on my wife's side. Were there by Uncle Booty, Uncle Leonard. I should call him Uncle Booty. What you call him Uncle Booty? That's his nickname. So I knew I was going to do it. But I would like for the entire Barnes family and the contingency of my friends and the Violet's family, please stand, will you please?
Congratulations and enjoy the evening.